my Minden Rattler friends. This is our primary book club book for September, the infamous Ratsos. And as promised, I told you that if you didn't want to buy the book, you didn't have to. I would read it to you. So tonight, I think we're going to try to read 2 chapters in this book, and then hopefully I'll jump back on and do 2 chapters in the wish list. So, I'm sorry, wish tree. Excuse me, that's the intermediate one. The infamous Ratsos. Chapter 1. Hang tough. This is Louis Ratso. This is Ralphie Ratso. The Ratso brothers live in the big city. They live in this apartment with their father, Big Lou. There are 2 kinds of people in this world, Big Lou likes to say. Those who are tough and those who are soft. Big Lou is tough, tough, tough. He drives a truck and a forklift and sometimes a snowplow. He hardly ever smiles. As for the Ratso brothers' mother, she's been gone for a little while now, which is very sad. The Ratso brothers don't like to think about Mama Ratso. Big Lou doesn't like to think about Mama Ratso either. I've noticed a very messy house. With all that stuff on the ground. Hang tough, he grumbles each morning as he leaves for work, slamming the door behind him. So I did a stop and jot just because I'm not going to be able to remember all of this by the end of the month because I have an old lady brain, like we all know. So me and my boys, we did one, and our stop and jot was they want to be tough like their dad Lou, not softies. So I'm just going to stick that right back into my chapter 1 so that I can remember. Chapter 2, hats off. After Big Lou leaves for work each morning, the Ratso brothers go to school. Louis is in the 5th grade and Ralphie is in the 3rd. They walk to school because walking is tough. Taking the bus is for softies. That looks a little bit different than Minden, huh? The Ratso brothers don't talk very much on their way to school. Talking a lot is also for softies. Their father hardly ever talks at all. Big Lou is a man of action, not words. Let's do something, Louis says to Ralphie. Something to make us look tough. Like what? Ralphie asked. Leave the thinking to me, says Louis. He considers himself the smart one. At recess, Louis and Ralphie meet on the playground. They lean against the wall and glare at everyone and take turns spitting on the blacktop. Leaning and glaring and spitting are tough. Running and playing are for softies. Chad Badgerton is wearing a new hat today. It is red and it is too small for his head. Louis has an idea. We'd look tough if we took Chad's hat, he suggests. Chad is bigger than we are, Ralphie reminds him. A lot bigger. Well, there are 2 of us and only 1 of him, Louis says. Righto, Ralphie says. He gives his brother a nod. Ralphie distracts Chad while Louis jumps up and swipes the hat from his head. Hey, cries Chad, you can't do that. We just did, shouted the Ratso brothers. Nah, nah. I think I feel tougher, says Ralphie. My head is about to feel warmer, that's for sure, says Louis. But before he can put on the hat, Tiny Crawly comes running over along with Miss Beavers, the 3rd grade teacher. You rescued my hat, Tiny exclaims. He takes it from Louis. Your hat, says the Ratso brothers. how excited Tiny is. Chad took it from me on the bus, Tiny says. He's a big bully. That was nice of you boys sticking up for Tiny, says Miss Beavers. We're not nice, we're tough, Louie tries to explain. Naya, Naya, Ralphie repeats, but no one is listening. Instead, everyone on the playground is looking at the Ratso brothers like they're heroes. Everyone except for Chad Badgerton, who is on his way to the principal's office. I wish we were going to the principal's office, Ralphie says. We need to step up our game, decides Louie. So my stop and jot for this one is we start with the tough guy problem. I call it a tough guy problem or tough guy idea, right? Where they want to do something that's going to make them look tough in front of everybody. So we decided that their tough idea was to steal Chad Badgerton's small hat to look tough. But then we're calling this the good guy problem because they try to do something tough, but instead they look like nice, good guys, which they take the hat and Tiny thinks they are heroes for returning it. Miss Beaver says good work. Totally goes against what they want to do. So again, I'm just going to put my stop and jots right back in my chapter. We're going to read one last chapter. Chapter 3, The Snow Job. When the Ratso brothers wake up, it's snowing. Everything in the big city looks like it's draped in white sheets. No school today, boys, says Big Lou. The buses can't get down the roads. Buses are for softies, says Louie. I'm off to do some snow plowing, grumbles Big Lou. Hang tough and try not to get into too much trouble while I'm gone. He slams the door behind him. I have an idea, says Louie. How much trouble would it get us into, asks Ralphie. Plenty, says Louie. Let's go. The Ratso brothers put on their snow pants and coats and gloves and boots and scarves and hats. They grab their shovels and go outside. It is still snowing. I can't see, says Ralphie. What's the plan? The plan is that we shovel all the snow from the sidewalk and pile it up in front of Mr. O'Hare's store. When he comes down for work this morning, he won't be able to open the door. That's mean, says Ralphie. That's tough, says Louie. Righto, Ralphie says, cracking his knuckles. Let's make some trouble. The Ratso brothers go out to the sidewalk and begin shoveling. They shovel and shovel, even when the snow starts falling so heavily they can't see a thing. This is hard work, says Ralphie. It will make us tougher, says Louie. Keep shoveling. This way, says Ralphie. No, this way, says Louie. I'm pretty sure it's this way, says Ralphie. I'm pretty sure I'm the big brother, says Louie. This way. The brothers shovel and shovel until they can't shovel anymore. They fall back onto a snowdrift. I'm tired, Ralphie says with a yawn. Me too, admits Louie. Soon the Ratso brothers are asleep. Why, you boys are as good as gold, a voice exclaims. What? Says Louie. He nudges Ralphie awake. Mr. O'Hare is in the doorway of his store, tears forming in his eyes. It would have taken me all day to shovel that. I'm going to tell every one of my customers how thoughtful you are. We're not thoughtful. We're tough, insists Louie. But Mr. O'Hare isn't listening. He's already open for business with a little extra spring in his step. How did he get out? Asked Ralphie. We ended up shoveling all the snow away from Mr. O'Hare's door instead of toward it, Louie explains. Somehow we got turned around. Somehow, says Ralphie. Don't worry, says Louie. I'm sure another idea will come to me. Sure, big brother, says Ralphie. The Ratso brothers trudge home. They spend the day shivering in front of the heater in their long johns, drinking hot chocolate. So one of the things my sons noticed on this page, there's an H underneath. So it says, hug someone today. They took like a Sharpie and wrote an S and an L. So it says slug someone today. And then on that one, it also says hug someone today, but then they put a B, so it says bug someone today. It's kind of funny, huh? These guys are constantly trying to be tough and kind of mean, huh? So my stop and drop for this chapter, we decided that they try to be tough by shoveling the snow in front of Mr. O'Hare's store so he can't get in. Then Louie gets turned around and doesn't listen to Ralphie. So they end up looking like nice guys. And they've cleared the path for Mr. O'Hare's store. So then I even drew a little picture on this one. And you can see Mr. O'Hare is all happy and smiley. And then Louie and Ralphie are mad. So they're not too happy about it. All right, I will tune in tomorrow and we'll read a few more chapters from the infamous Ratsos. If you want to listen to the other book, The Wish Tree, you're more than welcome to. And if you want to join us, that's fine. We just might be talking about some bigger ideas when we talk about The Wish Tree, but you are still welcome to hear the story. So anyways, that's our book for September, and I hope that you come up in the hallway if you watch this video and you talk to me about it. I want to hear about this book and how much you like it so far, or what you think might happen next, or what predictions that you might have about these Ratso brothers. Thanks for listening to me read. See you on Monday.